Hi, it's David Vincent from Morbid Angel, and we're blowing it up with the Mighty Z on Capital Chaos TV.
All right, this is the Mighty Z of Capital Chaos TV, and we're hanging out here with Luna from Holy Grail. How's it going, man?
It's going good. How you doing?
Doing good. You guys just played here at the Oakland Metro.
Yeah.
Punishing set. How'd you feel?
I felt great. It was a good crowd, and the set felt really tight. It's been a couple weeks into the tour, so things are going pretty smooth now.
Nice. You're on tour with Orange Goblin and Lazer Wulf, right?
Right, that's correct.
It's a pretty eclectic lineup, no?
Yeah, it's kind of like a varied styles, but I think it works really well. The crowds all seem to kind of be into the same music, so it works out, I think.
You know a guy by the name of Jonathan Fenno?
Yes, I do.
Is he a reputable person, or is he someone that you should be wary of?
He's kind of a ragamuffin, but we like to keep him around.
I heard he's really short.
King Diamond. Come on.
Where?
Come on.
In Tokyo?
Evil.
I'm an old man now, it doesn't matter. He's the new man.
No.
He's a huge Kiss fan. How about you?
Oh, I love Kiss.
He's going to Japan to see them at Budokan because it's part of the Kiss legacy.
Yeah, he was telling me. It sounds awesome.
Have you, in your youth, did you ever follow any bands around?
I don't think I ever followed bands around. That's probably should have, looking back at it now, but.
Is there any one band that you were more obsessive about than others?
Well, I mean, I had like a really huge like Led Zeppelin and Deep Purple phase. Kind of like 70s hard rock was really my thing growing up. And then,
how did you get into that as opposed to newer music?
Well, my dad had like a box of old 45s and stuff, and I had like a little 45 player, and then I started going through all this old music, and I really loved just like, I just didn't identify with anything modern really, so I really got into the 70s hard rock, and then once I started playing in bands later on in my late teens and early 20s, I got turned on to a lot of like true metal, like Manowar and Raven and Diamond Head and Merciful Fate and stuff like that.
Did you start out in cover bands, or did you go right away into originals?
We started originals with a couple covers here and there, yeah.
Right on. And do you also play guitar as well?
Yeah, I play guitar and bass.
Do you play with your fingers on the bass or with a pick?
It depends on the style. I like playing with fingers just because you get, I don't know, you get that Steve Harris kind of vibe happening. Yeah.
Originally, you guys were you went from Sorcerer to Holy Grail. Why the change?
Well, there was a lot of bands with the name Sorcerer, and so when we were looking, we kind of stumbled across like Holy Grail, and kind of the guys didn't really like it at first, but then it kind of grew on them, and we could make it more than just like a D&D like medieval name. We can keep it more like, I don't know, across the board metal.
You do that well.
Yeah, thanks.
Your new album is Ride the Void, right?
Yes.
You did that with Matt Hyde.
Yeah, that's right.
And, he's done a lot of records. Is there a particular artist that he had done that endeared you to go to him, or how did his involvement come around?
Well, we've kind of had a good like relationship with Matt through our good buddy that's his like main engineer, Chris Rakestraw, and we did all our early demos and EPs with Chris Rakestraw engineering it, and I'd actually worked with Matt on a couple other projects. He had me come in and sing on some stuff, like Children of Bodom. I did like this backing vocal, and then this band 69 Eyes, and then this other group, Parkway Drive. I did just like little stuff he has me go in and do. And eventually, we were actually supposed to do our first record with him because we really wanted to work with him and liked what he was all about. But our schedules didn't work out. And then second time around, it was like perfect timing, and we got to work with him, and we were really happy with the results.
Yeah, it's a great sounding record.
Hey, thanks a lot.
You got Dylan Cole to do the cover art. He's I guess he must be a man about LA, right?
Well, actually, it's funny. Yeah, Dylan is like a huge, like, in the digital arts matte painting industry, and he's a big name. And
yeah, his resume is pretty monstrous.
Yeah, he's done like Avatar and Lord of the Rings and 300 and stuff. And he's actually Eli, our guitarist. It's like his best friend from like childhood and high school. So at the time, Eli was. Dylan has a guest bedroom in his house that Eli was crashing in, and we needed artwork, and he asked him, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it, and he like knocked it out in one night or 1 or 2 days, and he did it, and we were blown away with it. So it was like,
yeah, it's really awesome. It's really really sets the mood for the album for sure.
Yeah, we were kind of going for like a King Diamond kind of esque vibe. Yeah.
You got it going on with that one for sure, brother.
Yeah, thank you.
Why are you a singer and not a guitar player in the band? Or in the bands that you're in?
Well, about 10 years ago, I was in a band and we had trouble finding a singer. And then after months and months of auditioning guys that we just hated, I just decided to sing and have a friend come in and play bass or guitar. Because I always like bands with frontmen. So I just kind of stepped up to the plate and gave it a shot, and it kind of just kept going from different band to different band, singing for bands, and now I'm where I'm at now.
Yeah, it's you're a good singer. How do you like your singing?
I think it's good. It's not quite what I hoped it could be, or maybe not quite what it used to be, but I think it's only like self-criticism that makes me believe that, because I don't think other people realize what it is.
Right, you're your own worst critic.
Exactly.
So you recently did the Metal Alliance tour with the Exodus and Anthrax, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Pretty high. Pretty big tour for you guys, eh?
Yeah, it was a killer tour. I mean, all the bands were super nice. It was probably the best tour we've been on. Also, like, we were there with High on Fire and Municipal Waste, and Shadows Fall did a little bit of it too. It was, everyone just got along from the get-go, and it was a great bond we had with the rest of the band. It was killer.
That's awesome. And I know you've gotten a chance to play Australia. Have you gotten an opportunity to get out to Europe yet?
We have been to Europe, but it's been about a couple of years since we've been back there, so we're really trying to get back there with this record. And it's looking like maybe early next year we'll be able to get back there.
Now you have it's Prosthetic here, Nuclear Blast in Europe, and Universal in Japan, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Have you gotten a chance to go to Japan because of that?
Well, we did about a couple of years ago. We got to play at Loud Park Festival, which was super rad. Probably the biggest crowd we've ever played in front of. It was like that Anvil documentary. They played that same festival like a couple of years before we did, and they did the like 10 a.m. slot. And we did that same slot, and there was like all these people there, but like where you're setting up and sound checking, and you're like, we're in this big giant empty room and there's nobody there, and once you go out on stage, people are just like flooding in, and it was like a flash flood of bodies coming to the stage. It was crazy.
That's surreal.
Yeah, it's totally surreal. It was probably about 12,000 people, but towards like halfway through our set, and we were just like freaking out. Like, it was crazy.
Man, it's like wow, that'd be crazy to.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. Good times, eh?
Yeah, it was great.
And so I knew you guys were robbed in a couple years ago. You guys were robbed in Canada. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Have you yourself ever been a victim of your own karma?
Possibly. I mean, I've never stolen from anyone, but I think we just got to pay attention a little bit more when we're leaving stuff in the passenger seat or things like that. But
And you haven't succumbed to that since, right?
Right, we haven't. Yeah.
So you've learned your lesson.
Yeah, we have. Hopefully, karma will come back and pay us back for that, but we'll see.
Yeah, one can only hope. What does Ride the Void have that might be missing from Crisis in Utopia?
Well, I think the biggest thing is it's the songwriting is more kind of cohesive. All fits the one album. It was kind of like written to be an album, and we kind of wrote it all at the same time. Versus Crisis was like some stuff from our demos and then some new stuff once we had added Eli, because it was like half songs that we didn't have Eli to write with on the first record. So this second record was more like collective writing and all fit in towards that record. So I think that kind of gave it more of like an album feel and more of like cohesiveness.
Have you seen the new Metallica movie yet?
I haven't seen the new one.
Okay, it's amazing. I would recommend it to anybody. It's a great set list that they use, and then it's just it's the best concert. Are you a fan of watching live performances on television or in the movies?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I'll have to check that out.
Do you have a favorite concert movie that you've seen?
I really like, concert movie.
Hey, you guys fucking killed it.
Oh, hey, thanks a lot, man.
Seriously, you guys fucking shredded.
Oh, thanks a lot, dude.
No, thank you. It's fucking awesome. Have a good night.
You too.
Right on.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's right. You guys did kill it.
Hey, thanks.
Yeah. We're talking about favorite concert movies, maybe?
Oh, yeah, favorite concert movie? I really like that, the Iron Maiden Flight 666 movie. That was great. Seeing the passion of those fans is insane.
And you have that same passion from your fans.
Yeah, we see little bits of it here and there, but there's definitely devout fans of traditional metal. Definitely.
For sure. Did you guys do any special tracks for the Japanese?
We recorded about 3 bonus tracks that Japan got one, I think Europe got a different one, and then I think Germany itself got a different one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What are those bonus tracks?
There's a song called Lucifera, and there was they did our cover of Kill the King.
Oh, nice.
Rainbow song.
Right.
And then also this song called Can't Hide the Wolf. And then I don't think this one made it out. It was only a B-side on our 7-inch, which is Go Down Swinging.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cool. Bonus tracks.
Yeah.
Do you get inspired by new music at all? Are you currently inspired by anything?
Right now I've been listening to a lot of UFO. So I guess that's not new music.
Oh well, it's new in your playlist at the moment, I imagine.
Yeah, I always liked UFO, but I don't know, something about it just really been hitting home with me lately. So I've been.
Can we expect the UFO cover in the future?
I sure hope so. It's hard. It's either like a UFO or a Scorpions cover is what I'm torn between. So
Nice.
We'll see.
Some Uli stuff or some Schenker stuff or?
Definitely Uli stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
What stores have you gone into and seen your CDs in?
We saw it in a Walmart in Canada.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was funny. I think FYEs carry them, and like sometimes like small record stores, you'll see them. But I don't know. I've been trying to stay away from record stores lately because I'm really broke. So
Oh, I see.
I end up spending way too much money. I collect vinyl, so
Okay.
I'm kind of like capped out at like almost 3,000 LPs. So I don't want to.
In mint condition?
Some are in mint. I mean, I used to go a lot of swap meets and stuff. That's where I get a lot of like good like 70s rock and soul records that were a little bit beat but still play well. So
What is your most valuable possession LP-wise?
I don't know if I have a valued possession. Maybe like the first Cloven Hoof 12-inch, or like I have some a lot of rare like new wave of British heavy metal 7 inches,
Right.
like Blitzkrieg and yeah, Bleak House and stuff like that. But yeah, just really nerdy
It's all
metal
good.
stuff.
It's all good. It's all good. And finally, what's next after the Orange Goblin tour?
Right now, we're just gonna take a break for the holidays and try and write some new stuff. I think that's our goal right now until the next tour, which we're not sure is confirmed or not yet. So we're just kind of laying low.
And then one last thing. You have anything? Any last words to anybody that might be watching this?
Yeah, if you're out there watching, please feel free to add us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, all that stuff. We run it ourselves and are pretty good at getting back to any messages you tweet and send to our way. Just be sure to tag us and we'll get back to you. So keep in touch.